What happens when a world-famous music producer is just as obsessed with cars as he is with beats? You get a 45,000 square foot studio that's not just for making music, but also home to some of the most unique car collections on the planet. From the internet-famous Ferrari to a fleet of custom-wrapped exotics, deadmau5's garage is as bold and creative as his sound. Buckle up, because we're taking you inside this insane collection. Ferrari 458 Spider Ferrari. One of the wildest Ferraris to ever hit the streets is the infamous Ferrari. deadmau5 took a stunning Ferrari 458 Spider, already an absolute beast of a car, and decided to make it truly his own. Now, most people might slap on some carbon fiber bits or upgrade the exhaust, but not this guy. Instead, he wrapped the entire thing in a bright baby blue neon cat design and replaced the prancing horse logos with a prancing cat. Yeah, a freaking cat. Hold up. Before we continue with the legendary Ferrari and some next level custom exotics, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss out on exclusive access to more wild car collections. It wasn't just a garage queen either. deadmau5 took the Ferrari on the Gumbel 3000 Rally, a high-speed, high-energy road trip for the ultra-rich and their supercars. The car stood out, obviously, but not just because of its eye-catching wrap. It actually won an award at the event. People either loved it or hated it, but one thing was for sure, it got attention. Too much attention, in fact. Ferrari noticed, and they were not happy. The problem wasn't just the wrap. deadmau5 decided to list the car for sale on Craigslist, which is a big no-no in Ferrari's world. They have this rule where owners can't sell their cars within the first year without giving Ferrari the first chance to buy it back. But deadmau5 didn't play by their rules. Ferrari's legal team hit him with a cease and desist letter, demanding he remove all custom Ferrari badging and restore the car to its factory state. Rather than fight them, deadmau5 complied, unwrapping the car, putting all the original Ferrari logos back on, and then selling it. The car went for around $380,000, and any profits beyond that were set to be donated to the Toronto Humane Society. The whole fiasco just added to the car's legend. The first ever Ferrari cease and desist order over a meme wrap? Classic, right? Lamborghini Huracan, Lamborghini Huracan. Ferrari may have shut down the Ferrari, but deadmau5 wasn't about to let that stop him. If Ferrari didn't want to play, Lamborghini sure didn't seem to mind. So he got the Lamborghini Ferrari, a Lamborghini Huracan, given the same neon cat treatment as his old 458. This time, he went even further. Not only did he wrap the entire car in a neon cat design, but then painted the brake calipers pink, added custom badging, and even put a personalized Ontario license plate reading Huracan. It was clear deadmau5 wasn't just having fun, he was sending a message. Some say he did it all as a direct jab at Ferrari. After all, they made him take the Ferrari wrap off, but there was no way they could stop him from doing it to a Lambo. Honestly, it looked amazing. The Huracan itself is an absolute monster, a naturally aspirated 5.2-liter V10 pushing out 602 horsepower and 412 pound-feet of torque, capable of hitting 60 in just 3.2 seconds. With a top speed of 202 miles per hour, this thing is basically a rocket ship that meows instead of roars. deadmau5, being the showman that he is, made sure to share every step of the transformation on his social media. From teasing parts of the car to unveiling the final product, he had car enthusiasts and meme lovers alike hooked. Unlike Ferrari, Lamborghini didn't seem to care about the wrap, and deadmau5 continued to enjoy his feline-themed supercar without legal trouble. The Huracan wasn't just a one-and-done deal either, posted it all over his Instagram and showed up at events in the car. He even had the brake calipers and door entry sills marked with Huracan to really drive the theme home. Ferrari wanting to shut down his fun almost pushed him further into the arms of Lamborghini. McLaren's 650S Spider Meowclaren. After the drama with Ferrari and the success of his Lamborghini transformation, deadmau5 moved up to McLaren. He picked up a McLaren 650S Spider, and while it didn't get the same over-the-top meme rap as the Ferrari or the Huracan, it did get a female-inspired nickname, Meowclaren. The McLaren 650S Spider is a serious piece of machinery. Powered by a 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8, it cranks out 650 horsepower and rockets from 0 to 60 in just 2.9 seconds. It has a top speed of 204 miles per hour. That's faster than both the Ferrari and the Lamborghini, which might be why deadmau5 seemed to have a little extra love for this one. This time, his modifications were a bit more subtle. Instead of a full-body wrap, he went with sky blue intake covers and matching brake calipers. It still had that deadmau5 touch, but in a way that didn't scream lawsuit waiting to happen. The Meowclaren was more refined, more mature, if you call a car named Meowclaren mature. One of the coolest things about this car was how he actually used it. Instead of keeping it locked away in a garage, deadmau5 drove the thing all over Toronto. And he didn't just drive it for fun. He signed up as an Uber X driver and gave people rides in his McLaren. Imagine calling for an Uber and having deadmau5 pull up in a 650S Spider. Talk about the ultimate rideshare experience. The Meowclaren also made an appearance at the Gumball 3000 rally, but this time with a completely different look. For the rally, he wrapped it in a Queen of Hearts design as part of his Team Blackjack theme. It was a far cry from the Neon Cat theme, but it still had that unmistakable deadmau5 personality. Even though it wasn't as outlandish as his previous rides, the McLaren still turned heads. Maybe it was the name, maybe it was the color scheme, or maybe it was just the fact that deadmau5 was behind the wheel. Whatever it was, the Meowclaren cemented itself as a key part of his insane car collection. McLaren P1. When people say hypercar royalty, none might hit quite like the McLaren P1. This beast isn't just another high-performance machine, it's a dream and a ridiculously fast piece of automotive art. deadmau5 knew exactly what he was doing when he added this electric blue monster to his garage. This isn't just any P1, it's one of only 375 ever built, and it packs an absurd 903 horsepower thanks to a mid-mounted twin-turbo 3.8-liter V8 engine combined with an electric motor. That means this hybrid hypercar can launch from 0 to 60 in just 2.8 seconds, hit 120 in 6.8 seconds, and scream past the quarter-mile marker in only 9.8 seconds. The top speed is a blistering 217 miles per hour. Despite the P1's insane performance, McLaren managed to make it efficient with a combined fuel economy of 34 miles per gallon. But let's be real, no one buys a P1 for fuel economy. The real magic is in the car's aerodynamic and lightweight design. Built around a carbon fiber monocoque chassis that weighs just 198 pounds, the P1 is an engineering marvel. Active aerodynamics, adjustable front and rear wings, maximize grip at high speeds, while the Race Active chassis system provides multiple driving modes, including the hardcore race mode that drops the car and stiffens the suspension for maximum performance. Stopping power comes from the Akebono McLaren carbon ceramic brakes infused with silicon carbide, because when you're going 217 miles per hour, you need the best brakes money can buy. The wheels are 19-inch up front, 20-inch in the back, wrapped in ultra-sticky Pirelli P0 Corsa tires. Inside, the cabin is a mix of carbon fiber and Alcantara, featuring racing seats, dual-zone climate control, and a high-tech infotainment system. Originally, he set his sights on the P1 back in 2014, and 7 years later, he put it up for auction with only 3,177 miles on the odometer. That's basically brand new in supercars. McLaren Senna. deadmau5 didn't stop at the P1. He followed it up with something even more track-focused, the McLaren Senna. This is a weapon for the track, named after one of the greatest F1 drivers of all time, Ayrton Senna. It's an all-out, no-nonsense, performance-obsessed machine built to dominate race circuits. Under the hood, it's got a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 producing 789 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. That's enough to rocket from 0 to 60 in a jaw-dropping 2.5 seconds and reach a top speed of 211 miles per hour. Only 500 Sennas were ever made, and each one was built with extreme aerodynamics in mind. The massive rear wing? Functional. The aggressive front intakes? Also functional. The whole car is designed to maximize downforce and keep it glued to the road, even at ridiculous speeds. It's built to be the fastest thing on 4 wheels when the track lights go green. Inside, the Senna is stripped down to the essentials. Carbon fiber everything. No fancy luxury add-ons. This car is all about weight reduction and performance. deadmau5 ordered his Senna at the 2018 E3 gaming convention, and he went for a sinister black exterior with green accents on the wheels, wing, and front aero components. It's a perfect mix of aggressive styling and high-tech engineering, and it fits right in with the rest of his insane collection. The McLaren Senna isn't a replacement for the P1, it's a different kind of beast. Where the P1 was a hybrid hypercar, blending electric power with brutal twin-turbo performance, the Senna is a pure combustion-powered track monster. It was designed to set lap records, and it does just that, thanks to its ultra-lightweight 2,641 pound frame, race-derived suspension, and F1-inspired aerodynamics. Every inch of this car is built with performance in mind, and deadmau5's Senna is one of the meanest-looking examples out there. The BAC Mono is a single-seat race car for the street. It's the closest you can get to driving a Formula 3 car without needing a full pit crew. Deadmau5 waited nearly a year and a half to get his hands on one, and when he finally did, it was clear why he was so excited. This isn't a car you take to the grocery store, it's a car you take to the track, or at least somewhere with wide open roads and zero traffic. Driving a BAC Mono in rush hour traffic would be like bringing a jet fighter to a bike lane. This featherweight machine is powered by a 2.3-liter 4-cylinder Ford Duratec engine, pushing out 280 horsepower. This might not sound like much compared to other cars in his collection, but when you realize the Mono only weighs 1,300 pounds, it all makes sense. That insane power-to-weight ratio means it can blast from 0 to 60 in just 2.8 seconds. For comparison, that's just as fast as the McLaren P1, without needing hybrid power to get there. The BAC Mono is all about precision. The cockpit is designed specifically for the driver, tailored to their body measurements like a custom-made racing suit. No extra seats, no unnecessary features, just pure, unfiltered driving experience. The chassis is made from carbon fiber and steel, featuring an FIA-approved rollover structure because safety is still a priority when you're pushing the limits of physics. Handling is razor sharp, with steering that feels like an extension of your own body. The suspension is tuned for maximum grip, and the lack of electronic driver aids means you have to actually know what you're doing behind the wheel. No traction control, no stability control, just you, the car, and the open road. Deadmau5's BAC Mono is the perfect fit for someone who lives for high-performance driving. It's not about luxury or status, it's about pure, unfiltered driving pleasure. It's one of the most extreme cars ever built for the street, and it proves that sometimes less is more. Bentley Continental GT Supersports. Bentleys are already synonymous with luxury, performance, and sheer road presence, but this one takes it up a notch. Why? Because it's Deadmau5's city cruiser and daily driver. Not just for show, this was his go-to ride, blending elite comfort with serious muscle. Under the hood, this beauty packs a monstrous 6-liter twin-turbocharged W11 engine. That's 621 horsepower and a tire-shredding 590 pound-feet of torque. It'll take you from 0 to 60 in just 3.7 seconds and keep pulling all the way up to a top speed of 204 miles per hour. Even crazier, Bentley made it run on E85 biofuel to appear more environmentally friendly, despite the fact that it guzzles fuel at a combined 13.6 miles per hour. Bentley didn't stop at speed. They shaved 220 pounds off the car to boost handling, lowered and stiffened the suspension, and gave it carbon ceramic brakes that are bigger than the wheels on most compact cars, 16.5 inches up front. It also got faster shifts in its 6-speed automatic transmission, making it more aggressive than your average Bentley. Now let's talk about Deadmau5's personal touch. Unlike his more extravagant rides, the Bentley kept it subtle, if you consider black on black with a black soft top subtle. The interior featured quilted suede seats and carbon fiber trim, making it feel like a high-speed lounge. One thing missing? Usable cup holders. Not ideal for coffee runs, but Deadmau5 made it work. This very car starred in one of his legendary coffee run YouTube videos, featuring DJ Dylan Francis and Skrillex. The trio spent 90 minutes stuck in Toronto traffic, proving that even when you drive a 200-mile-per-hour Bentley, you can't escape gridlock. Jeep Wrangler Rubicon Mouse Monster. Deadmau5 is known for high-speed, track-ready supercars, but every car guy eventually gets the itch for something rugged. That's where the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, aka the Mouse Monster, comes in. His was a full-blown off-road machine with a personality as loud as his music. Deadmau5 doesn't do stock. He sent his Jeep straight to Divine One Customs in Nevada for an overhaul that took it from off-road capable to full-blown beast mode. First, the engine. A standard V6? Nah, not enough power. He swapped in a 6.4-liter Hemi V8. That's right, this Jeep is rocking an SRT engine, putting down serious power. No official numbers were given, but similar builds push well over 470 horsepower. Then there's the suspension. Deadmau5 didn't just lift it, he upgraded it with top-of-the-line off-road shocks, giving it extra clearance for tackling rugged landscapes. The Jeep sits on a set of massive Toyo off-road tires wrapped with custom DPR rims. This thing wasn't built to sit in a driveway, it was made to conquer trails. Visually, this Jeep makes a statement. It's wrapped in digital black and white camo, making it look straight out of an action movie. The interior is decked out with a bright red scheme, and of course, there's the custom Deadmau5 head mounted on the dashboard, because if you're Deadmau5, branding is everything. Now the most important feature, sound. No, not the engine, the audio system. Deadmau5 is a DJ after all, so his Jeep comes loaded with an earth-shattering sound system. These aren't your typical factory speakers. We're talking about a setup that can turn a mountainside into a private concert venue. Unlike his other cars, this Jeep wasn't built for speed, it was built for fun. Porsche 911 Carrera S Cabriolet. It's no surprise to find a Porsche in deadmau5's garage. The guy loves his supercars, but when it comes to the 911, it's clear he's got a soft spot. The first time this beauty showed up, it was draped in a sleek matte black wrap, sitting pretty in his Toronto garage. But instead of swapping it for something new, he decided to take it over to Ontario-based Second Skin Vinyl Auto Shop for a glow-up. What came out was a stunning color-shifted wrap that flips between blue, purple, and green depending on the lighting, a bold, head-turning statement. deadmau5 even gave it a nickname, GLaDOS. If you're a gamer, that should ring a bell. It's named after the AI antagonist in the Portal video game series, because why not name your Porsche after a psychotic, sarcastic computer system? Under the hood, this beast packs a 3-liter twin-turbocharged flat-six engine that cranks out 480 horsepower and 530 pound-feet of torque. That means it can rocket from 0 to 60 in just 3.5 seconds and hit a top speed of 191 miles per hour, fast enough to make your stomach drop, but smooth enough to keep you grinning. Of course, the Carrera S Cabriolet isn't just about brute speed. It's got that signature 911 low-slung stance, a rear-mounted engine for perfect weight distribution, and a handling experience that feels like the car's reading your mind. The convertible roof? Just the cherry on top. Perfect for those weekend joyrides when you want to feel the wind rush past your face at completely legal speeds. Tesla Model S P85D. deadmau5 in an electric car? Yep, the man isn't just about high-revving gas guzzlers. He also had a Tesla Model S P85D, one of the fastest EVs of its time. Of course, he couldn't just leave it stock, so what was the first thing he did? He wrapped it. Standard Tesla red? Too boring. Instead, he went full green, literally. Bright, bold, and impossible to miss. Some might say it's a bit much, but when has deadmau5 ever been about blending in? The Model S P85D was no ordinary EV. It came with Tesla's now legendary Insane mode. No, that's not just a marketing gimmick, it's a launch mode that will throw you back into your seat like a fighter jet taking off. With 691 horsepower and all-wheel drive, this thing could hit 60 miles per hour in a ridiculous 3.2 seconds. Because it's electric, that acceleration came with no hesitation, just instant gut-punching torque. Despite weighing nearly 4,650 pounds, almost a ton heavier than most supercars, the Model S P85D handled surprisingly well. With dual motors powering all 4 wheels, it had insane levels of grip, making it just as confident in corners as it was in a straight line. That's it for deadmau5's insanely unique car collection. So what do you think? Which car in his collection would you take for a spin first? Drop your pick in the comments below. If you loved this deep dive into deadmau5's unique supercars, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more insane car content, and ring that bell so you never miss what's coming next.